You want healthy, glowing skin, but with all the products, trends, and conflicting advice, it's hard to know what actually works. I understand. I am Dr. Tina Meder, a former cardiologist and specialist in the skincare development and cosmetic safety expert. I've spent years studying the science of skin. Welcome to Meder Beauty podcast, where we uncover what really matters, break down the science, and give you real expert-backed skincare advice. Whether you're looking to achieve radiant, healthy skin, curious about anti-aging, or want to understand what's really in your product, you are in the right place. Rooted in science and the truth about what your skin actually needs, we'll have in-depth conversations with leading dermatologists, medical experts, and skincare brand founders to bring you the latest innovations, evidence-based insights, and industry secrets that truly make a difference. We are so happy you are here. So let's go. Let's discuss about wrinkles. A lot of people think that wrinkles it's a simple thing. Only thing to know about it is how to eliminate it. Actually, there are many types of wrinkles, and they can be controlled and even eliminated differently. And surprise, surprise, it is not only injectables. I will be speaking about it. And even I will speak less about injectables and about lifestyle and the skincare. So stay tuned. Speaking about the skin physiology, wrinkles, they represent that some kind of empty space in the deep skin layer. And why, when we have this emptiness in the deep of the skin surface, forms these folds, which we see like a line and prefer to call wrinkle. But we have different types of them. We have expression lines, sometimes called mimic lines or mimic wrinkles. We have wrinkles themselves, which sometimes they call gravitational or static lines. We have folds, and yes, they are different from lines. We have crinkles, or fine lines, or superficial lines. They can be called differently. We have neck wrinkles, which are different from face wrinkles. And we have some body wrinkles, for example, wrinkles on the knee, which are different from all previous types of wrinkles I mentioned. So let's start from the forehead. In the context of wrinkles, we definitely are speaking about expression lines or mimic wrinkles. And they are very early signs of skin changes. And I don't say skin aging, because expression lines can appear before the real skin aging properly started. Obviously, you should get some first skin changes to develop these expression lines because, for example, small children, they do all face expressions they want, and when they sleep, they look like angel, no wrinkles at all. And when they wake up, their skin is fresh and new with no lines. But after 20, 22 years old, our skin can develop some lines if the skin will be really contracted in some area for many hours. Why it happens? Because we communicate with our face. The big part of the human communication is nonverbal. Some researchers say that about 70% of our communication is based on gestures and face expressions. And when we express our emotions, we work with upper part of the face. So we are literally speaking with our forehead, with muscles around our eyes, and a little bit with this part, the glabella area, and the upper part of the mid-face. So it is our language area of the face. And when we try to express some emotion, it can be really quick, but it can be long, it can be stable. And longer you experience some emotion, longer your face muscles will be tensed. Why it is so important? Because what is the difference between the facial muscles and the body muscles? Then actually it is a mode of attachment of the muscles, because in our body muscles, they are attached to our bones. So by both sides, when this muscle is contracted, for example, in the arm, we can move our arms. But on our face, one point of the muscles, the deeper side, is attached to our skull, so still bones attachment. And another side of the muscles, the external side of the muscles, is attached to the skin. So our skin is literally the second bone for our muscles in the upper part of the face, the part of the face which we are using to express our emotions. So when these muscles contract, our skin moves and develop some lines and folds showing our emotions. And in the young skin, when you are younger than 30, you need a lot of time to develop the line. So your forehead muscles should be contracted for 6 hours or more during the day, so your skin will suffer enough to develop some lines, which we can call forehead wrinkles. Older we are, less of time we need it. When you are 60 years old, it is enough to keep your muscles contracted for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, then your skin will start to develop lines. That's why in the older age, we have more lines than in the young age, because young skin is strong, is full of collagen, is full of hyaluronic acid, is full of regenerative potential, so it can restore itself. However, sometimes young people, they develop forehead lines, they develop so-called 11 lines in the glabella area between the eyebrows. They can develop the crow feet in the young age. It happens not because the skin is old already. It happens because for some reason they experience some emotions or they keep their muscles contracted for the longer period of time on the daily basis. It happens when you are worried about something or you are stressed all the time. So it happens sometimes to young people, to young students who are experiencing some psychology problem, who live under the stress, and so they develop this worrying face mask, and it can lead to the formation of 11 lines or even the forehead lines. Worrying face for many hours a day, it can damage the skin, and emotions can damage the skin because stress is the state of the body when we produce more of stress hormones, more of cortisol. And cortisol helps to destroy collagen in the skin, so it can accelerate the skin aging. Another problem, it can be the vision. If, for example, you're short-sighted and you spend many hours a day reading something on your laptop or writing something, so very probably you try to see better, and to see better you contract your circular muscles around the eyes, and it can form crow feet. Once you get glasses or lenses, it can be treated without any other help. You don't inject anything in the crow feet when you are 22 or 23. You need to think why these wrinkles appeared. Another big problem is pain. For example, headaches, back pain. And when you're experiencing the pain, you have this pain mask on your face, which can also lead to the wrinkles development. And obviously, you should treat the source of the pain. You should get a medical help, not eliminating wrinkles in the first place. So mimic wrinkles becomes a sign of aging in the years after 30, when we could think about the proper wrinkles treatment at this age. Or we can think about the wrinkles prevention a little bit earlier or at this stage of the skin life. And it is absolutely possible to do with the help of the skincare. We have a few treatment strategies for expression lines or wrinkles treatment. The most famous one, obviously, Botox injections. You inject Botox in your muscles, you paralyze your muscles, so your muscles cannot contract anymore for the upcoming few weeks. So it will be 4 months and a half. And when your muscles are paralyzed, your skin is intact. But is it healthy? I have doubt about it, and I never get injections to treat my mimic wrinkles, but still didn't develop them because I'm using skincare to prevent wrinkles appearance and to treat wrinkles especially. Because other way to prevent mimic wrinkles is to find a way to relax the skin, to relax muscles. And it is enough to relax muscles superficially. That we are not obliged to paralyze the muscles in the full deep. We need to relax the superficial part of the muscles, which is entwined into the skin. So the muscles attached to this second bone, to this part of the skin in the forehead or in the eye area or in your glabella area between your eyebrow. If you do it, your skin will be relaxed and wrinkles will not form. How we can do it? It can be done in two ways. First way is behavioral. So if you develop some technique and you practice meditation, you practice some face harmony, yoga practices, you can keep your face relaxed and harmonious. It is very difficult because we live in the real world when we experience a lot of emotions and it's difficult to control it. And also it is good to be able to speak with your face because it is our way to be understood and to transfer the message. But we can use skincare, which can be relaxing for the skin because it can interact with facial muscles. And in the last 20 years, actually, fun fact, this kind of skincare based on peptides appears almost simultaneously with the botulinum toxin injections. But injections, they are much more popular than peptides. I hope it will change in the upcoming years because peptides now, it's a huge trend in the skincare. So how peptides work? Some mechanism of action, it's not really similar, it's not identical to the toxin, but it interacts in the same structure of the facial muscles, just breaking partially the muscles' ability to contract. So we use peptides which interact with the muscles in the space when muscles should interact with nerve sending and contract after this nervous impulse. When you use peptides, muscles become kind of deaf, so they don't hear this signal, they don't get this message from the nerve sending, and so they don't contract or they contract very slow and gentler, so you don't see your skin move. And when your skin doesn't move, it doesn't form wrinkles. To get a real effect of peptides, you should use them on the regular basis during a few weeks. I always recommend to use peptide-based skincare, like our Myofix active cream, based on 5 neuromodulating peptides able to interact with facial muscles for 5 weeks in a row. But the good thing is, and after you can take a break, and for a few months, your skin will be well relaxed. After you can come back to this peptide solution. Also, there are professional treatments, which we call biofacials, which can be performed in the beauty clinics and the beauty salons. And also we recommend to get a few biofacials in a row, 5 treatments in 5 days to get the full results. After 5 treatments course, you can count on 6 months or more of your skin being relaxed and wrinkless. Why I prefer peptides to injectables? Because peptides, they cannot be systemically absorbed. They are absolutely safe. They are small molecules built on the amino acid naturally circulating in our body. So it's literally the signal which we send to muscles. Just relax. Don't be stressed. Don't form this contraction of the muscles. We can show our emotions, but this emotion can be better controlled. So we're not obliged to wear this worried face mask anymore. So that's about mimic wrinkles, what we can do about it. Another type of the wrinkles, which sometimes they are called just wrinkles or lines, in some terminology they can be called static wrinkles because they are forming in the skin independently to the muscle movements. They are forming in the mid part of the face and in the lower part of the face. It's very easy to recognize them because most of them, they are vertical. Also, they are formed by the influence of the gravity. So they are forming in the face because the gravity forces. It just takes the skin lower, and when our skin becomes less elastic with an age, it can form these lines. Also, it can be formed in some kind of anatomy spaces, and it can depend on the volume of the face. If the volume is a little bit excessive, if you have the excessive amount of the facial fat, it can form the nasolabial line, it can change the jawline as well, forming wrinkles in the lower part of the face. But also it can be based on the lack of volume. With an age, we lose the facial fat, our skin becoming less strong and less elastic because it's some process of the destruction of the collagen is taking place as well. And so we see the formation of the lines, for example, lowering the angle of the mouth, lines formed in the angles of the eyes as well, these sad lines, or nasolabial folds and marionette lines. All of them are explained by the emptiness of space in the deeper layer of the skin, but doesn't really depend on the facial movement. It depends mostly on the skin structure. So when you feel the structure in some way, you can diminish this wrinkles appearance or eliminate these wrinkles. First things to do about it is to keep your deep skin structure strong and able to produce enough of collagen, able to hold enough of water, so maintain this healthy matrix of the deep skin layer. How we do it? First of all, it's about lifestyle. You will be surprised, but physical activity helps a lot. Even if you have 20 or 30 minutes of physical activity on the daily basis, it helps a lot to your skin cells stay active and produce and synthesize a lot of essential substances, including collagen, including the hyaluronic acid. Also, you should remember that collagen and all fibers in our skin, they are proteins. So you should eat enough of proteins to keep your skin maintained, to keep your skin strong. And scientific consensus behind it speaks then for average healthy woman, you should eat about 0.8 gram of protein for each kilo of your weight. So that's a healthy diet, it's a healthy lifestyle. Also, it is about the healthy sleep, because during the sleep, our proteins are reproduced in our skin and also refolded. So the skin structure will be much better organized in the skin of the good sleeping people than in the skin of the people after sleepless nights. So it is another crucial point. But another point, it is skincare. Why? Because skincare in the first place can maintain the healthy skin microcirculation. And microcirculation is absolutely crucial for the deep skin layers. We cannot produce enough of collagen without a healthy microcirculation, because microcapillary, they bring oxygen, they bring all nutrition to cells, which they need to produce collagen and hyaluronic acid. Also, our cells need energy, also bring by the capillary, because all this nutrition stuff and everything what need for the healthy skin functioning is coming to cells by the blood. But the skin should be detoxified, and it is another part of the circulation. So we should not only bring the blood to the cells, but we should clean the space around cells, and we should take off all toxins. That's what our venous blood does and what is lymphatic system does for our body. So healthy microcirculation is very important for wrinkles prevention and for prevention of loss of the skin elasticity. How we can do it? The best ingredients to maintain the microcirculation in the skin and to slow down the skin aging, it is a niacinamide, vitamin B3. It is a specific vitamins for every of your microcapillaries. So when you have enough of vitamin 3, enough of niacinamide in your circulating in your skin, and it can be added with the help of the skincare because unfortunately with an age, the amount of circulating vitamin B3 can be reduced as well. But it is scientifically proven that skincare rich in niacinamide can help to maintain the healthy microcirculation. And niacinamide can be used as an energy currency by our skin cells because niacinamide, it is a part of the skin energy. It really helps our mitochondria to stay active. Another part for detoxifying our skin cells, there are ingredients helping to drain this extracellular space in our skin and eliminate toxins from this space. And there will be caffeine, green tea, horse chestnut extract, Elastin, and another capillary strengthening ingredients. So most of them, they're plant-derived. I love very much Centella asiatica for these purposes. So for healthy skin microcirculation, we should use skincare on the daily basis, rich in the capillary strengthening ingredient and rich in the niacinamide. Another part of the skincare, it is an antioxidant protection because our collagen is destroyed by free radicals and our skin cells can be damaged by the free radicals and obviously by the ultraviolet. So as a part of protection from the ultraviolet and free radicals damage, we use antioxidant skincare and also sunscreen. It is another part of the skin protection very specific to the formation of static lines and wrinkles. And they depends on the level of ultraviolet damage. So sun protection is another crucial part. And all skincare which is able to stimulate skin cells. We are using peptides called remodeling peptides, which boosts the collagen synthesis in skin cells, and it helps to fill the space which can form the wrinkles. So even when your wrinkles started to form, and even when wrinkles appears on the skin, it's still the time to help with the skincare. Peptide-based skincare, plant-derived stem cells, growth factors, they help a lot. Also now we are using some biofermented skin ingredient, for example, biofermented resveratrol, to increase the sensitivity of skin cells to circulating female hormones in our skin. And that's especially useful in the perimenopause time and in the menopause period when our skin loses the elasticity because of the loss of collagen. So lines and wrinkles are formed more intensely in this time, but we can make this change much less dramatic and much less visible. Another way to fill these wrinkles, obviously, there are another types of injectables. It is not Botox injections. They used fillers with hyaluronic acid when it just mechanically it's prosthesis for the wrinkles. When you take this stable hyaluronic acid, we call it cross-linked because it's specifically stabilized, and you inject it directly in the line. So by injection, you feel the wrinkles. I explained why I don't do Botox, and now I will explain why I don't do fillers. Because it is an efficient technique. It is not very physiological, it's not very natural, because hyaluronic acid in our body renew completely every 72 hours. So every 3 days we have a new hyaluronic acid, because hyaluronic acid, it is a matrix of our extracellular space, which should be constantly cleaned and detoxified. And when hyaluronic acid is renewed slower, it keeps toxin. So when you fill the space with artificially stabilized hyaluronic acid, this space will be more vulnerable to the intoxication. And this local intoxication will lead to the accelerated skin aging in this area. So you will be in the vicious circle. So I prefer to interact with the skin in the natural physiological way, to maintain the healthy microcirculation, to protect the skin from the sun damage and antioxidants, and also to stimulate skin cells naturally and physiologically, having the right amount of collagen at any age. It's absolutely possible. If you do it with a proper skincare routine, if you use good quality skincare, like Medar skincare, on the daily basis regularly, if you do some professional facials in the clinics, for example, microcurrent therapy, it is an amazing way to stimulate your collagen synthesis. It is collagen boosting treatment. It's energy boosting treatment because it really helps your mitochondria active. Another great treatment for collagen producing cells in the skin, it is a light therapy, LED therapy. Same way, it works really great with skin cells. Also, there are other energy assisted treatment which can be used in the preventative manner, or it can be used to strengthen the skin structure and with a smart preparation of skin. And with an individual approach, it can be very efficient. So yes, we can use laser therapy, we can use radiofrequency therapy in combination with the lifestyle and the skincare. But for me, the skincare and lifestyle, they're still in the center of this prevention. And I see great results using these simple but efficient and safe methods. Another type of the wrinkles we call crinkles, or superficial wrinkles. They're very easy to recognize. They are fine, thin, chaotic, and they just cover the face with this painture of, how we call it in French, craquelure, like the small lines changing the skin texture on the surface. And these wrinkles, they're related to the dehydration of the skin and the lack of the barrier function of the skin. So skin which lacks lipids, lacks lipid barrier protection, forms these crinkles. It can be age-related, obviously, because we lose this barrier protection function with an age. Unfortunately, after 60, 65 years old, we lose about 50% of our natural protection. But also, it can be not age-related. It can appear in the young age if your skin is exposed to the external damage. For example, if you spend a lot of time outdoors, if you don't protect your skin properly, if your skin is exposed to the ultraviolet, yes, you can develop wrinkles in the very young age. And it can happen even in your 20s. So the first thing to do to protect your skin from the formation of crinkles or fine lines, it is the use of moisturizers and sun protection. If it happened already, injectables are absolutely useless in this situation. You can do nothing about it using injectables because the wrinkles are superficial. You cannot feel them. You cannot relax your skin, eliminating these wrinkles because they are not related to the muscles movement and they are actually superficial. They are not very much related to the dermis. They are speaking more about the barrier. So first things to do is to restore and renew the natural skin renewal of the skin and restore the skin barrier. So treating the crinkles, first things to do, we are using moisturizing, intense facials, and we are using all intense moisturizer we can find in a combination with lipid-based, oil-based skincare. Stores the lipid portion of the barrier of the skin. We call it protective mantle of the skin. And the big part of this mantle, it is a microbiome. Microbiome plays a crucial role in the barrier function because microbiome is responsible for immune protection of the skin, but also it's very much involved in the synthesis and production of all protective elements on the skin surface. For example, lactic acid is purely produced by the lactobacterium on the skin surface. So we should use microbiome support as much as we can when we protect the skin from the formation of crinkles and when we treat crinkles on the skin. So we can use here the moisturizers based on the hyaluronic acid, based on the glycerin and carrageenan and different kind of water magnets. We are using specific prebiotics and probiotics which are promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria, lactic bacteria, producing active substances for our natural skin protection, and suppressing the growth of potentially inflammatory bacteria like Cutibacterium acnes or some kind of staphylococci and some yeast like malassezia, because malassezia can also impair the barrier function of the skin significantly and promote the inflammation of the skin. So we can use different kind of prebiotics. Most of them, they are based on the specific oligosaccharides. Also, we can use some sweeteners. We can use acacia gum, which is a great prebiotic as well. And we use moisturizer based on skin-identical lipids like squalane, ceramides, organic oils, and some amazing natural ingredients like a shea butter or jojoba oil. It's actually more wax than an oil, but also it is skin identical. So we can use all lipids which we can find. It will be really great for crinkles treatment and for the treatment of the dry, dehydrated skin. And also remember sun protection. It's very important for this type of wrinkles treatment. So don't think about injections, don't think about some kind of high-tech technology, just be simple. It will be very efficient. Speaking about the technology, I will say again, I will use the microcurrent therapy because it helps to re-energize the skin and to get better production of lipids and better skin renewal. And I will say light therapy, but mostly focused on the anti-inflammatory action, like blue light in the LED therapy. But skincare, healthy food, healthy sleep, lifestyle, they are absolutely crucial for this type of wrinkles. And speaking about the neck wrinkles, they are also different. They are circular, and they are formed differently because of the circular movement of the skin. And actually, not all kind of circular wrinkles on the neck are age-related. A lot of people, they have these circular lines on their neck surface from the moment they've been born, because it's the rest of embryo structure of the skin, which you can see in your skin in the adult age. In some people, this rest of the embryo tissue will be naturally resorbed before baby is born or in the first years of the baby's life. And you remember how newborn baby looks. Most of them, they have the circle line on the neck, as well as circle lines on the arms and on the legs and feet, and we think it is so nice and so cute. And after it is resorbed naturally, but in about 20% of people, they keep this nice and cute baby circle line on their neck during their lifetime. And that's no need to eliminate them. We just don't like them subjectively. They are not related to some age-related changes. But during the skin aging, neck can develop these circular wrinkles naturally because the neck skin is less protected from the loss of elasticity and the loss of collagen. First of all, the movement of the neck are more intense. Circular movement is more traumatizing for the skin structure. Also, neck skin is much drier. It has less of lipids because we don't have proper sebum glands on the neck surface. And also the skin structure in the neck is different. The key protein of the facial skin, it is collagen. The key protein of the neck skin, it is elastin. And we start to lose elastin a little bit earlier. So for the neck skin treatment, once again, what works really great? First of all, it's behavioral prevention, because it sounds probably surprising, but neck wrinkles formation depends on the muscle movement as much as mimic wrinkles, expression lines formation depends on the muscles. Just with expression lines, we form lines because we use this part of our face for the communication. And in the neck, we form lines because our neck can be very tensed. And our neck muscles can be in the constant tension because of the posture, because of the back pain, and simply because of our modern lifestyle. In the ancient age, human beings moved much more. Now we move less, and it's not good for our muscles. It's not good for our neck. And when your neck is constantly tensed, your skin aging is accelerated. So first thing to do for your neck treatment, it's a good neck and back massage, relaxation technique, stretching, and the strength training for your back and for your arms and shoulders, because healthy, strong shoulders and healthy, strong backs would keep your neck well relaxed, because everything should be in the harmony. So start with the stretching, start with the physical exercises and the good relaxing massage, and continue once again with the skincare. To prevent wrinkles formation and to diminish existing neck wrinkles, you should moisturize your neck in the first place, because remember, it will not moisturize itself because it's a natural lack of lipids in the neck skin. So you should use good moisturizers, and for the neck, moisturizer should be rich in lipids. Ceramides, squalane, organic oil. I love very much sweet almond oil and shea butter for the neck skin. They work really great, and they really replace lipid deficiency in this body area. And also, we are using different kind of collagen booster for the neck skin. And my favorite, the peptides boosting elastin synthesis. It works much better for the neck skin than for the face. And that's why facial moisturizer and facial collagen booster, they are not very efficient for the neck, because we don't need to boost collagen. We need to boost elastin. So we are using specific peptides for this. We are in our Midair neck cream called Armaneck, surprise. We are using a peptide called Regen, which boosts the elastin production in our body up to 180% after first 4 weeks of use. And you will feel it. It will be visibly changing. Also, it is good to use on the neck some energy-assisted treatment. Once again, microcurrent therapy and light therapy. But you should remember that in the neck, we have endocrine gland called thyroid gland. And it's located very superficially, literally under the skin in the mid of the neck. So you should not use on the projection of your thyroid glands any kind of energy treatment, because you should not hit your endocrine glands. It can be dangerous. So we avoided using any kind of energy-assisted treatment. And that's why I don't really like the idea to use laser or radiofrequency treatment on the neck skin, because it's very difficult to avoid. And when you hit the skin with laser energy or with radiofrequency energy, it's pretty diffuse on the skin. So the thyroid gland, in my point of view, could not be protected for 100%. And I know then the injectables treatment offered to fill the circle wrinkles, and I never seen the great results with it. And also the hyaluronic acid in this area, it's resorbed quite quickly, so it doesn't look very natural to me. So I prefer, once again, behavior and skincare, antioxidant skincare, nourishing skincare barrier repairing skincare, and obviously the sun protection. And that's how you can prevent and treat wrinkles if you understand how different they are. And therefore, different types of wrinkles, that should be different approach for prevention and their treatments. Thank you for joining us today on the Matter Beauty podcast. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an expert skincare tip. Have a question or topic you'd like for me to cover? Send me a message at podcast@matterbeauty.com and let's keep the conversation going. Also, you can visit matterbeauty.com and discover Matter Skincare, which I created. And if you enjoyed the show, I'd love if you left a review. It helps others find the podcast and keeps us growing. Until next time, stay healthy, stay glowing, and take care of your skin.